the Rangers series. Some good, some bad. Let's start with the bullpen, because that was what I kind of saw looking at it from afar. It's easy to look at it and like, okay, we lost 2 of the games. And especially in the first game, you had Alzolay give up that home run, which sucks. But you look overall, besides the Ben Brown coming in, which I don't even consider that bullpen, giving up runs, the Cubs bullpen has been nails to start the season, especially like today, yesterday in the win, you had Leiter Jr., Merriweather, Neris, Elsley. Like that lead up, like boom, 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 like will win you a lot of games. That gets you like into the 6th, 7th inning, and you're going to win a ton of games just with that. Leiter Jr. looks strong, look back like his midseason form. Merriweather looked great. He even pitched like 2 innings the other day, looked great. Neris, man, that like he is absolutely filthy. And then Elsley, I think there's going to be some times where in the closer position this year he struggles, but where he'll have to work out of a lot of jams. But what have you guys thought so far? Who's been kind of like the bullpen arm that you've been most impressed with and that you think is going to kind of help solidify our bullpen down the road? Let's start with you, Kevin.
Yeah, bullpen's been nails. I mean, you can look at any individual outing and nitpick something here or there. I mean, the fact that we went to Texas at the new stadium to the Cubs, and we still got a win there. And outside of the middle game, which we'll get into in a little bit, those were competitive games, and we lost in extras. The first game against the World Series champions. Looking at the bullpen, I've really liked Mark Leiter Jr. I know I picked him to be my bust kind of player this year, but I want to see that. I want to see him work well. He sets up the people behind him so well because he's so different. He's been fun to watch outside of Shota today. I've really enjoyed seeing him pitch. But the whole crew has been nice. It's weird going into a season and being like, I like our bullpen. Our bullpen's working well. We're not playing the stick a guy here and see if it works out or not. It's been a nice change of pace. Speaking of changes of pace, Jeff, how's the laundry?
I'm not doing any laundry, but I got some hanging. Anyway, no, the bullpen to me looked like it was going to be one of the brighter spots, or maybe something that we didn't have to worry about this year because Jed made the bold move not to be sellers at the trade deadline. So it's not like we had to completely retool and rebuild the arm barn. Last year they kind of took it on the chin towards the end of the season because they were overworked and due to injury, a little beleaguered. So, we lost, what was it, like 10 one-run games? Or they blew 10 saves in multiple one-run games anyway in September. So, and we missed the playoffs by a game. So I'm not real upset that we went to the defending World Series champions home, lost the first one in extras by a run. That game was not great. What was it, 11-2? But we took one from them. I mean, yeah, I think everybody would have been a lot happier if we would have went 2-1. But, we hit 500 today. For me, I really think QAS
Boss.
it's probably going to be a bright spot in the lineup.
QAS is what Jeffrey calls him. Most people call him Boss.
Like his name.
Yeah. What's his first name? Derek QAS.
Oh my goodness! It begins. Here's the new named guy. Here we are.
Oh.
We had him on the team last year, right?
The thing that I have noticed with Klaus is he hasn't pitched every game. That Council uses him a little bit different than what Ross used him.
Not every reliever is born with a rubber arm, as David Ross thinks. Hey, get it back out there. You pitched 80 pitches yesterday. You can do it again.
I'm gonna go with Hector Neris. Like, I think that is a huge pickup. I think it takes pressure off Merriweather. It takes pressure off Elsley. And from what I've heard is he's a leader down there in the bullpen. And it's a guy like Now, like, you can use Merriweather in, like, he came in yesterday and pitched 2 innings.
Right.
You can use him a little bit differently because he's so good. You can use him a little bit different rather than having to be the 8th inning guy. Now you have Hector Neris, like, boom, he's there in the 8th, like almost all the time. He's going to be probably used in more of the high leverage situations. I see, even more so than Elsley. Like, he's got better stuff, more experience, been through it all, been through the World Series. Like, he's battle tested. That, like, I like the way things are even set up. And I haven't even talked about, like, Luke Little. Like, you get that guy some experience this year and throw a lefty in the mix there. Like, the bullpen might be the strength of this team going down the stretch for us making the playoffs. Like, that's might be like where last year was the total opposite, where we're like, oh, our starter's going out. Like, this might be trouble.
Ah, crap.
Now it's like, okay, we got guys down there. We got dudes that can pitch, and we have a lot of them. Where last year we only trusted about 3 guys towards the end of the season because of injury. Hopefully, like, knock on wood, we don't hit the injury bug with our bullpen, because that's going to hurt. But we do have guys even down in Iowa that are legit.